day off today, so hopefully you all don't mind. Listen, I want it to be nice and comfortable. So I'm here on the couch and I'm in my cozy clothes. I want to talk with you all today, and just a disclaimer, I do have some notes because there's some things that I don't want to leave out because I feel this video will help somebody. So let's get into the video. How to let go for those who want to get married. I personally don't have a problem letting go of past relationships. I don't know what it is about me, but once I am finished with something, I am finished with it. You know, once you realize something does not serve you, you should not keep yourself attached to it. What I find in talking to others is that it's not easy for everybody to let go. So here is some tips that I have concerning how to let go. 1, cut all form of communication. Cut it off. This means block and delete your ex's number. Block their number so that they do not have contact to you. Delete their number so that you do not have contact to them. This will help you so that even when you know, because sometimes you know that something is the best decision to make, but you're weak. Even when you know you're not strong at the time to make the decision, but it's a decision that needs to be made, that you cut off from this person, if you block and delete, you are able to stand on the decision to let go. So that's 1, block and delete. Number 2, and always remember, you don't want people to have you going in circles, because they will. You don't want a conversation to come about where your ex starts talking to you and they sway you from your decision. You're deciding to break off the relationship for a reason. Number 2, guard your eye gates. Don't stroll on their social media. There's no need to see that. If you have, I don't advise people to mix business with personal. So, you know, don't date coworkers. Do not date coworkers. Don't do it. If you find yourself in a situation where you dated a coworker and now you need to break off from them, guard your eye gates. Unless you're directly working with them, you don't need to be looking directly at them. You know, you can indirectly do what you need to do, meaning if there's you, a mutual co-worker, and the person, you can be facing the mutual co-worker, speaking about whatever interaction that needs to be done, listening to, you know, the ex or whatever, and continuing on that way. But guard those eye gates. Speak strictly professional. Don't get personal. That's the tip I would give. Let me peek at my notes and see what's next, because we're going to keep this real. And when it comes to that, the truth is, you know, this could be for men or women, whoever watching this video, but I'm speaking to my ladies. The truth is, some men are very appealing to your eye. So that's why you want to be mindful in guarding your eyes, because you don't need to spend time observing somebody, admiring them, when you're trying to break away from that. Another tip I have, stop going out with strangers, people you just met, and getting drinks. Look, we not getting no drinks with no strangers. This is the thing. When you go out and you start drinking, you start relaxing. So instead of observing others, you're drinking now, you're getting vulnerable with somebody that you don't even know, with somebody uh, who now gets to see you in a more vulnerable state, and they can observe you and make their strategy accordingly. Don't do it. You know, a lot of times when you relax yourself with a stranger, you can find yourself doing things that you otherwise wouldn't do, saying things, saying too much information that you never meant to share with them. So let's just stop that. Let's not get food and then have drinks with somebody we just getting to know. I don't recommend it. No. Let's stop that. Co-workers, again, with the business and pleasure, let's not mix the two. You know, I personally, I don't go out with co-workers. It's one thing if you have a, you know, a history, a relationship with someone, um, you know, that you grew up with, and you know, you happen to work at the same job. But just people that you are working with in general, I don't advise to go out. You know, don't be going out with your manager, okay? Because the minute you mix your personal with your business, you can't go back from that. And sometimes other people have a hard time keeping those things separate. The next thing, no home visits. No home visits. When you have an ex, once you leave, they should not be coming over your house. You should not be coming over their house. How can you break yourself apart from someone when you're visiting each other in their intimate settings? Don't do it. You know, we all have our times where we're not as strong as other times. So don't allow temptation to have its place by you allowing them to come over and for you to go over there. No, when you're finished with something, be done with it. If you have kids, meet up and exchange your children. Don't go over each other's houses. No. No, keep it strictly professional with each other. I don't do home visits. We can meet out in a public setting, because my intimate space is for those who have joined themselves to me, and those people only. So that would be people who are, for me personally, I don't have male company over. Why? Because, again, this is for those who intend to be married. The only male company I need to have, if it's not family members, need to be my husband. It don't need to be other people getting that intimate level with me, that personal with me. No. It keeps you away from temptation. It keeps you away from a host of things. Here's one I need us to get. Look, forget them R&B lies telling you that it's better to have a piece of a man than no man at all. Fellas, this for you too. Better to have somebody than nobody at all. Look, they lied to us saying that. It's not true. Okay? A piece of someone means that they get to be unfulfilling in the areas that you need them to show up. But yet, they get to expect from you everything that, for my ladies, everything that a wife would be to them without them being a husband to you. No, it don't work that way. No sir, no ma'am, we not doing that. And vice versa for the men. Don't you do that. Do not do that. You deserve much more than that. So we not doing a piece of this, a piece of that. No. No, we're not doing that. How to let go? I would say what you do shows what you come into agreement with. Make a decision and stand on that decision. What you say does not matter if you do not do what you say. So you can tell someone no, no, no all day long, but if your actions are not showing no, then what your actions display is what you are coming into agreement with. And for those who really have a hard time letting people go, I'll say pray about it. Y'all excuse me because I'm going to get comfortable on this one. Pray about it. Once you do all of those things, you've blocked, you've deleted the number, you are watching what you're intaking, you're not, on their social media, you're not constantly, watching them about, you're not having the home visits, you're not going out and drinking, keeping company with strangers and things like that. If you have a problem with letting someone go, I would say ask God to help you. And this is why I would say that. He gives us free will. He gives us a mind. We have a sound mind, and we have our emotions. This all makes up the soul of who we are. As people, it can be hard if you detach yourself to someone to unattach yourself from them sometimes. Just pray to Him, Father, help me to let go of those things that are not benefiting me. Help me to let go the desire that I have to be with this person, but yet they're not the person that I want, the person that I need. I had it was very much a situationship that I went through, and it didn't start off seeming that way. I thought it would be a good relationship. Excuse me, I slapped my leg here, but what it was that this individual approached me saying that you're going to be my wife. That was something, and they kept trying to get my attention. They were consistent with trying to get my attention. Because of the approach, you're going to be my wife, seemed different. I thought they were different. I thought they were walking in agreement with what their words were saying, which was they were looking for a wife. It turns out that was not the case. So I got involved with this individual only to find out that really they weren't looking to get serious about their life. And in many ways we were different. In order to be married to someone, you have to join yourself. Marriage means joining of two things, joining of two parties. Even when you put together some some furniture, the instructions will tell you the married pieces are blah blah blah. So it's telling you that marriage means the joining of two things. So you cannot be joined with someone if you don't share the same vision, if you're not walking the same, if you're not intentionally merging your lives together. And this individual was not doing any of that. So ooh, and it's another thing. Look, stop. Let's stop looking at people from a standpoint of potential. You cannot join yourself with someone based off of potential. Potential is not substance. Potential amounts to this. The only thing, that's a zero. The only thing that you can go based off of is what they are showing you right now. What's being presented before you right now is what you can come into agreement with. You cannot come into agreement with potential. Let's throw that out there. Throw that away. So I got in this situationship, I would say, with this person. We got physical with one another. And honestly, it was the fact that because a man and a woman coming together, that was something that was designed by God to keep it real. That can vary with uh, people. It varies as far as what your experiences can be from one person to the next. You know, if you've been in a couple failed relationships, you know, unfortunately, like I have been, you know that different being with one person and being intimate can be completely different than being with another person. You know, the experiences are different. So this potential, this individual, he honestly was someone that physically he met all of my needs. It's like he disarmed me when it came to the physical um, coming together between us. Like I never had no one who truly uh, had that type of ability to make just the perfect scenario every single time. It was like physically I was shaped for him and he was shaped for me. You know, this is I'm just trying to keep it real here. So that really was why it was so hard to let go of this person. Of course, you know, you cared and different things like that, but um you know, when you have your flesh craving something, it can be hard to let that go. So what I did was I prayed. I prayed to God. I spoke with this mouth that I would not continue to be in agreement with this person by letting them have a piece of me, but they're not being what I need for them to be, you know. So God came through for me because that was one time where I felt like I did not have the power to let that go. But yet my soul wanted to let it go. So keeping my distance from it, making sure that I wasn't just listening to music, because I'm someone who I love R&B. I love 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B. My father was a DJ. So there's nothing wrong with it, but listen, it can put you in a mood. So it was a point in time in my life where I needed to cut that out. I needed to cut it out because certain music can disarm me. You know, instead of having my guard, it just completely softens me. And because I knew that I was intending to walk a certain way, I wasn't letting nothing sway my mind. Nothing. So, you know, I kept my distance. I watched the music that I was putting in that was feeding my spirit. And I started focusing on where I wanted to go. And I was praying to the Lord. I was decreeing and declaring. I was learning new things. Staying close to God. And I tell you, God took that desire out of my heart. He sure did. He sure did. He took it out of my heart. So pray and ask God to help you. Because you 100% have the ability to let go. Let go of those who you have deemed as your ex. You separated for a reason. Allow the person you are meant to join yourself with the opportunity to join themselves to you. This is only for those who want marriage. Because some people may watch and say, well, you know, they don't want to do all these things. Why do they have to stay away from this person? Why can't they be friends? Look, do what you choose to do, but for those who want to be married, you you know you can't hang on to an ex and move forward at the same time. You can't hang on to the past and walk in the present. One has to give way for the other. You got it. You can let go of anything that's not serving you and allow yourself the freedom to be able to possess what you truly want. This is a just a kind of down to earth video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful day. I might come back because it's a couple of things I wanted to share. So you all have a blessed day.